What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. It's Tuesday morning. How's everybody feeling today? Whew, I'm feeling, I think it's because I'm a little dragging today. I think it's because, I had to take two allergy pills last night before I went to bed. So, yeah, once I go to sleep, I sleep very hard with the allergy situation. But is it just me, or is it something like a double dose, a triple dose of whatever the pollination is doing out here, y'all? It's wearing me out a little bit. Anyway, if I didn't say so already, go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, somebody that you think would like to join our conversation, because we talk about a lot of fun things over here. If I send you this, just know I'm about to do what the F I want to do. It's a little early in, so I'm not gonna say it straight out. I might revisit it, at the end of this live. Ain't a whole lot going on, but if I send you this, that means I'm gonna do what the F I want to do. You ever have somebody give you unsolicited advice? You know what I'm saying? Where you following through on the things on your list, you're accomplishing things, and then here comes somebody, usually somebody who don't have their stuff together, won't try to tell you how to live your life and what to do and how to do things. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of these, and I know they get offended, but it's a lot of these people out here without children that want to tell you, how to raise your children or how to feel about the things that your children are doing. That's just one example. I don't want to, offend anybody. I'm not even saying that people without children can't give input, but if I didn't ask you for your opinion or your advice, please don't bring it over here. That's all I'm saying, because I'm gonna go ahead and do what the F I want to do. Let's go ahead and get into the things. There's not a whole lot going on out here in these, internet streets. I'm off the caffeinated and on to the H2O. I like to let you know where I'm at with it. I need to flush my system from that allergy medicine that, I had to take last night. I'll be glad when this season, whew, I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I'll be glad when we come to an end, child, because I'm worn out from it. Anyway, this caught my eye, maybe because I wish it was me. This is never gonna be me, but I can celebrate it anyway. Meet Jessica Martinez, the New Yorker who just made history as the Guinness World Record holder for the world's largest afro on a living woman. Jessica Martinez made history. The New York woman is now the official Guinness World Record holder of the world's largest afro on a living woman, measuring over 6 feet around. The best part, the previous record holder Aveen Dugas held the crown for 15 years and personally passed it to Jess in a sisterhood ceremony. No competition, just love. This is what black hair excellence looks like. The reason why I think this, kind of stood out to me, first of all, this hair is freaking amazing. But this is the kind of thing that, I don't want to point no fingers, but they not like us, and they have a real issue with our hair. And as someone, I'm a hairstylist, y'all know that. And so when someone like this walks into a salon, certain people will act like they don't know how to do it, they don't know what to do with it, and the answer is nothing. Leave it alone. It's beautiful the way it is. Don't try to straighten it. I mean, I don't know if she's ever colored her hair, but usually the less you do to it, the better. So, I don't know if I want to shout out her genetics, I guess, because everybody ain't able. And please understand, this is probably why I will never have this. I'm at the age where I'm going in the opposite direction. I'm trying to hold on to the little bit of hair I got, but I feel like these are the things, that we could celebrate. This, afro that represents our culture. And yeah, I don't think she should change anything about it. Don't touch it. Just let it be. And please don't touch her hair. If you don't know this lady, stay from out of her hair. Let's get into some more Black excellence because that's what we do over here. We talk about current events. We get into a little bit of celebrity gossip and we focus on the things that are Black, that is history, and that is excellent. So, smartphones, text messaging, and cell phone calls wouldn't be possible without Jesse Russell, often called the father of 2G, who holds more than 60 patents. Who is related to this man? Now, this is what you call, the beginning of generational wealth. I would love to know, does he have any children? We're going to have to look into his lineage a little bit more because 60 patents sounds like a lot of coin. You know what I'm saying? As it relates to technology and things. Back to the STEM program. Jesse graduated from Tennessee State in 1972 with an electrical engineering degree. After graduation, he became the Black American graduate from an HBCU to be hired directly by AT&T Bell Laboratories. The following year, on a scholarship from Bell Labs, he earned his MS degree in electrical engineering from Stanford. He didn't go all to these like Ivy League colleges. Like, where did the money come from? We need to do a deep dive on The Godfather. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my notes because I would love to know more. It costs money to go to these schools, so he was getting scholarships and things. And this is back in the 70s. Late, 70s and 80s. In 1988, Jesse led the team from Bell Laboratories that introduced the first digital cellular technology in US, although the first system using the technology was not released until 1993. So they had it for a while. Remember them big, gigantic phones? Like, I think it's dope that I was here for the evolution of the phone and what it has turned into now. Because, when I was a kid, we was dialing rotary dialer, one number at a time. Call somebody, the line be busy. We was not in our cars and everything. Now I feel like, I don't feel like it is. You use your phone like as it's a personal everything. I feel like people can blow up your life without your phone. You can't do too much without it. People that live off the grid, that's interesting. Jesse holds numerous communication patents, including base station for mobile radio telecommunication systems in 1992, mobile data telephone 1993, and wireless communication base in 1998. His position at AT&T included director of AT&T cellular. Oh, I can't get that one out today. Cellular. Whoo, that was hard. That hurt my brain. Cellular Telecommunication Laboratory and Chief Technical Officer for Network Wireless System Business Unit. From 1996 to 2000, Jesse served as Vice President of Advanced Communications Technologies for AT&T and Chief Wireless Architect for AT&T Company. He's been with AT&T for most of his career. In 2000, Jesse became the President and CEO of Ink Networks, Inc., a company devoted to fourth-generation broadband wireless communication devices and wireless voice, video, and data communication equipment. That's wonderful. I feel like every time we talk about these things that are great and excellent in the community. Good morning, T. It goes back to us being inventors of things. So, it's in our nature, it's in our bloodline, and we need to. I feel like for those of us who are equipped. We need to make sure that the next generation of Black folks stays on course for being inventors and, being exposed to things that could, shape their greatness. So, yeah, I want to know, like I said, who is his children, his grandchildren, and what do they have going on in terms of, carrying on his legacy? What else we got going on over here, child? Like I said, it wasn't too much. We probably won't be here for 2 hours today. It's Thursday, everybody busy. Quick note, breaking news. The bullet used to kill Charlie Kirk did not match the rifle allegedly used by the suspect. Shocking. According to new court filings by defense team, ATF was unable to match the bullet recovered during the autopsy to the rifle allegedly used by Tyler Robinson. If the ATF isn't able to match the bullet, this may mean Tyler was not the shooter. I love how they put may mean like as if it's a possibility. Tyler Robinson's defense attorney stated that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives was unable to match the bullet recovered during the autopsy to the rifle allegedly used by Charlie Kirk, used to off Charlie Kirk. That's wild to me. I'm surprised they even allowed this information to get out. So where is he at? Is he still sitting, somewhere behind bars? Because they have proved, I don't know what that boy was out there doing. But what I do know is the people said whatever had happened to Charlie Kirk wasn't because of the gun he was carrying. So I guess, we'll wait to get more updates on that. But, the conspiracy theory moves on. We know they ain't right over there. So he might not be right either. This is the same thing. Like, let's talk about while we're investigating things and y'all wanted to martyr that man over there that's doing terrible things today. I don't even want to talk about it. I can't imagine, what it must be like to be just a regular citizen, not involved in any of this, over in Iran right now. So, yeah. I wonder, what about the boy that they offed when that man pretended to get shot over there down to his rally? Remember when he was over there smashing ketchup against his face so he could martyr himself? Wonder what's up with that story? Well, we may never know, even though we already know he's full of it. Yeah, I guess we'll, to be continued at some point. We're going to stick this story over there with Sarah Guthrie's mama and see if we bring it up again or not. Netflix. Italy has declared that Netflix's recent price hikes were illegal and orders millions in refunds. Who is it? Italy just getting a refund, or are we all up for a refund? Because, we was standing behind Netflix while they was over there acquiring $8 million some billion dollars. I don't remember. It was a big number. I feel like it was $1 billion from, the deal that didn't go through. And now they want to upcharge us. I don't know, Netflix. Italy has taken a firm stance against Netflix's recent pricing strategy, declaring that the streaming giant's latest subscription hikes violate consumer protection laws. Regulators in the country determined that the increase were implemented in a way that lacked sufficient transparency and fairness towards subscribers. Did they go up yet? Because I ain't renewed my subscription yet. As a result, authorities have ordered Netflix to issue refunds totaling millions of dollars to affected users. The decision signals a broader push across Europe to hold major tech and entertainment companies accountable for how they adjust pricing, especially when the changes impact long-time customers. I guess we don't have time to look into this over here. Italy, thank you for putting this on Front Street so we can pay attention. This move could have ripple effects beyond Italy, potentially influencing how streaming platforms handle future pricing increase in other markets. With governments paying closer attention to digital services and subscription models, companies like Netflix may face stricter requirements to clearly communicate pricing changes and justify them. Oh, yeah, put your hands on the table, Netflix. You ain't exempt. For customers, the ruling represents a rare win, demonstrating that regulatory bodies are willing to step in when they believe corporations have overstepped. I mean, we might have to rely on other countries for everything at this point. Seems like we don't have nobody looking out for us over here. This seems like such a small thing, but in on a bigger stream, they're making a lot of money, and where is that money going, and what are they doing with it? And we need for these companies that are making big dollars to make big impact on impoverished communities. So, what is you doing with the billions of dollars that we paying for these subscriptions? And like I said, I didn't renew my subscription yet. I've seen everything I wanted to see. So when Netflix come out, I rotate. I rotate based on who got what I want to see over there. So I don't know, Netflix. Now I don't pay for the premium. I have commercials on my Netflix. If y'all do too much, then I might have to be on pause for a minute until y'all figure it out. Angel, WNBA star Angel Reese has been traded to the Atlanta Dream for the 27-28 first round picks sent to the Chicago Sky. I mean, I don't know this guy's record, so I can't speak on um, whether that's a good thing for them or not. What I do know is Angel in Atlanta, she's over here trying to be in movies and things, might not be the worst thing for her. You know what I'm saying? People get traded all the time. So was she happy over there? I don't know. But she already sporting her Chicago, I mean her Jesus, Atlanta jersey. She's still number 5 over there, her red jersey. The Chicago Sky have traded two-time WNBA All-Star Angel Reese to the Atlanta Dream for a 2027 first-round draft pick and a 2028 first-round pick. It was announced Monday. The Dream also will receive 2028 second-round swap rights. I mean, I don't know what decisions they're making. I mean, or what inspires their decision. It seems like they looking long term, and maybe they were concerned about Angel's career and where it's going. And I would like to know a little bit more, I think, about their thought process. Reese, 23, defended her WNBA rebounding crown last season, averaging 12.6 per game. She's the only player in the WNBA history to average at least 12.0 rebounds per game in a season, which she did in 2024 and 2025. So, she came over there, and I mean that's a big deal. I don't know what her points per game. I didn't look at her stats, but she's a history record breaking. You know what I mean? I love Angel, so I hope this is a good move for her in Chicago. I guess, off on to the next thing. Good luck with your decision making. I have avoided this story because I don't really know anything about this boy. What'd you say, T? You said they'll do anything, but will they do anything about it, or is just let him go and then don't hear anything about it again? You talking about homeboy? I don't know. I don't know. It feels like, he was set up in the first place. We've all looked at that video as long as it was up on the internet and was like, this is weird. That's weird. What's going on over here? What kind of, shot did he make from all the way on the other building? He's one hell of a, you know what I'm saying? Is where did he learn his skills from? His pop house skills from? We don't know. But like I said, it's in the box with Savannah Guthrie's mama. We'll find out, I guess, if we do a little digging, unless they decide to put it out there. I think Angel is going to love being in the ATL. I think the ATL is going to love Angel. So, I've never been there, that Chicago is a great city. But like I said, based on, what she's got going on, with her podcast and everything, she will be able to handle so much business in Atlanta, because everybody is all up and through there. So I'm gonna be checking her out, see what's going on over there. I'll be running through the WNBA streets, and I'm gonna say it's probably got a lot to do with Angel. Let's see what else we got going on. Okay, so this boy, Jaden Ivey, he's been a topic of conversation these last couple, days or weeks or whatever. Within the last week, it's been a lot of talk about him. I was not familiar with him. He's been in the league. I guess he started with the Pistons. So he's been in the league for a minute. He's 24. Maybe 4 years he's been in the league. So I don't know if this behavior is something that he exhibited before, or if it's something that he has, for whatever reason, has decided to be very vocal about. So we've seen him in his car saying, he was upset about the celebration, the LGBT, pride celebration within the NBA, and he went on, a rant in his car about it, and it got him fired. But he still got his 10 million. So was his calling to play basketball? Like, he's played, like I said, in the league. 4 years is a minute, you know what I'm saying? At 24 years old, he got 10 mil. So, and he got that payout, so I don't, like I said, I didn't study his stats either. I'm not really familiar with him. I don't really be over in the NBA so much like I used to, knowing who you got to be really loud for me to be paying attention. Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, he's over here in his hotel room. He stays on live doing these things, and got to people talking about what may or may not be going on with him.
Got my wife here.
Oh, please shut up.
She loves me. She loves God. She's obeying God. Praise God.
She's out the door.
I got my wife here.
Oh.
Hey, free you, Jade Ivy.
Tree of life.
That boy from the same.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God.
Hey, free you, Jade Ivy.
The tree of life.
That boy from the same.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God.
Hey, free you.
That the world can proclaim LGBTQ. Right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month, to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that man, this man is crazy? That the world can proclaim LGBT.
I'm not going to use the word crazy, but I do feel like something is going on with him. You're right. It is cold in the Chi. So she will, I mean, it get cold in Atlanta, but not like that. You said, didn't they say he was putting his hands on his wife? I don't know. I don't have that information. I know whatever's going on with him now, I feel like wasn't necessarily going on with him before. And this to me goes beyond his beliefs and, whatever his stance is against the LGBT community. It's like, what do they call it? When people get so fanatical, there's a term for it that I can't remember right now, but he has gone from playing, in the NBA and to all the way to down on the street corner. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's not mentally, that's not the norm. You know what I'm saying? It's not uncommon, or there's nothing wrong with you stating how you feel about things. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with him at all, but there's a lot of people who stand strong in their, beliefs and as far as the community is concerned. Him voicing his opinion about it, I don't know that this post is what got him fired. I think this post was probably the straw that's, that was put on the camel's back. I feel like if he start acting this way, like, I don't know when it kicked in, but it started affecting, the way he was interacting with other players and maybe preaching at them or whatever was happening, before he had this break, because that's what it looks like for you to be standing. When did this happen? You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't believe it just happened overnight. So I don't want to I don't want to say anything about him in terms of what his beliefs are, because child, you can believe what you want to believe. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But I do think that this goes deeper than that, and there's some type of mental health issue going on, because it's affecting his personal life. His wife is, I don't know whether he put hands on her or not, but she's definitely, not okay with what's going on right now. And how do you stand beside somebody in that particular position? You know what I mean? As a young woman, and his wife is white, and I know in a lot of conversations, people want to jump to straight to she ain't sticking around for that money. I mean, I'm not mad at her if she doesn't. She's a young girl, and if she was black, I feel like they would be saying the same thing, because they see all of us women as gold diggers anyway. So they like, the 10 mil, the 10 mil. I think she should separate herself and maybe help him from afar. And before he goes through that money, or, does something crazy, like hands a whole bunch of money over to, whatever cult he aligns himself with, because, like I said, I don't think he's working. It's one thing to preach the gospel. It's a whole nother thing to get out on the street corner. That's a different mindset. So yes, I think this young lady should maybe see a lawyer about some money before this man get rid of it. And, I don't care what color she is, to be honest. I just feel like this is a lot to take on. And where's his mama? The family gonna have to stand with him until they figure out, what's going on with him. Some more mess. This happened over here in my backyard. I wasn't there, not that close in my backyard, maybe around the block. So, Offset was down to the Hard Rock Cafe gambling up all his money, because I ain't heard him on the radio or anything. It says Little TJ. I don't know who is Little TJ, but currently in custody after Offset pow-powing. Reports say Offset allegedly put the paws on him before walking away. Then TJ allegedly pow-powed him in the clappers. He got banged in the ass. Well, not banged in the ass, but bang, bang, pow-pow, right in the booty. So he all right, I mean, it's not good that he got shot. Why are we even out in the streets behaving like this? Because this is what we do. But when we're Offset, shouldn't we be like moving a little different? This seems like the same nonsense she was doing back in the day. You got a bunch of kids to take care of, and this is the same nonsense. What was it? Takeoff was over there playing dice, y'all, and this gambling and this street shit. So I don't know why him and Tay was Tay-J. I don't know why him and Tay-J was, in fisticuffs. But, these niggas is ignorant out here in the streets. So when you Offset, you were walking around with all your jewelry, and people be having like, I don't know, that street shit. I don't live that life, but they be having issues with you and you don't even know. And you just came in the room and now you fighting with little Tay-J, and he done bust a cap in your ass, literally. According to YouTuber CD Nash, I don't even know who that is. According to YouTuber CD Nash, Lil Tay-J is now reportedly in custody following alleged pow-powing involving Offset. CD claims there's a video footage of the incident, though that has not been publicly released or confirmed by authorities at this time. It will, if it exists, we will see it. A circulating booking screenshot shows TJ, Lil TJ, Tay-Tay, whatever his name is, whose real name is Tion Merritt. That's what his mama named him. Listed in custody at Broward County Main Jail as early as, what does it say? Jail of early April 7th. Now let's get into why this even escalated. We previously reported that TJ recently went viral after blasting Offset online. Okay, so this happened before the casino. He accused Offset of being broke and claimed he owed him money from an old casino encounter. Okay, here we go. This is like a long-standing tale about niggas, pow-powing at each other over gambling. According to TJ, he ran into Offset at a casino where he says the rapper was asking random people for money to keep gambling. Oh, Offset, that's embarrassing. TJ claims he gave Offset 5,000 at the time, and later even more, estimated to total around 10,000 to 13,000. Offset, you shouldn't have gave that man his money back. And why is you running around the daggone casino begging? Oh, he down bad, seem like. Every time I see Offset now, it's on some nonsense. He also alleged Offset was calling people for money and not getting answers. They know what he's calling for. And even claimed a random lady gave Offset $1,000 during the same night. So embarrassing. Why? Why I diss Offset? Offset is broke, TJ said, while also accusing him of having a gambling problem. I feel like when you're running around asking people for money so you can gamble, it's definitely a problem. What that number on the thing for the parlays? 1-800 get help. Offset needs a 1-800 get help. TJ made it clear he never got paid back and said the situation led to tension between them. He also admitted he sent threatening messages after Offset allegedly started talking crazy to him over the situation. You owe me money and you're going to be talking smack. Now, according to CD Nash's account of what allegedly went down, was CD there? This is via the neighborhood talk. So this information is, third party at this point. Where is CD? Offset reportedly put his hands on TJ before walking away. And that's when TJ allegedly fired shots into his clappers. For context, CDJ is the same YouTuber who exclusively reported on the Pooh Shiesty situation involving alleged issues with Gucci Mane. This story is still developing. Well, CD seems like CD is out here in these streets. So, maybe you could check with him to get the details. He begging, girl. He begging down to the casino, begging people for money. Yes, and I believe it. And there's video footage. And I feel like, this story just came out today or maybe last night. But I think the story came out yesterday, but the TJ person is just now, he's under arrest. What's up? What's up, Jatoni? It was not me. I did not go to the casino. I was nowhere near Offset. You gonna have to check with CD and little TJ. Tion. I'm gonna call him Tion. That's what his mama named him. So while Cardi B is over here dealing with her other baby daddy, who may or may not be getting locked up, she got this one over here down to casino, embarrassing the family, asking people for money so he can continue to gamble. And apparently his celebrity friends are not answering the phone because Offset been asking for money. He gambling all around the world. So he'll be fine. He just got his little booty tagged with a little pow-pow. And TJ, I don't know what's going to happen with TJ. He might have to, he out in public with a firearm. So he might be in a little bit of trouble because other, innocent bystanders and things that could have happened, with his careless behavior. What else going on? Oh, your boy Yee. Update. Wireless Festival officially canceled after Kanye was reportedly blocked by the BBC from entering the UK by denying his travel application. That's funny. According to reports, the UK has officially denied Yee permission to enter the country after he applied through their electronic travel authorization system. Officials said the decision came down to one thing. They don't believe his presence would be conducive to our public good, and wouldn't. And all of y'all people running around here with red hats on, stand on business. Don't be hiding, because I heard Kanye came out a couple weeks ago apologizing, saying he's sorry about everything. Yeah, right before his concert tour. Well, it ain't happening. Not, at least not over there in Europe. This all comes after years of backlash over Yee's controversial statements, including anti-Semitic, racist, and pro-Nazi remarks, and continue to follow him as they should. What he say? White Lives Matter. Him and his friend Candace Owens. Now the entire festival is canceled. Dang. Wonder who else was on it. I didn't know about this festival, but it ain't gonna happen, so it don't matter. One advocacy group backed the move, saying the government made the right call and pointed that Ye's past actions, including selling swastika-themed merch and releasing a song referencing Hitler. Yeah, he did that. Meanwhile, Ye was trying to clean things up. He recently said he'd be open to meeting with members of the Jewish community in the UK. Why? Why would they want to go talk to you? Saying he wants to listen and show change through his actions. He admitted words alone aren't enough and claims he's willing to prove growth. He needs to grow over here in the Black community, down to Chicago. Still, leaders within the Jewish community aren't fully convinced just yet. I mean, what does this comment say? It just caught my eye. It says, y'all mad because some people are holding him accountable and not accepting his apology. He can apologize, but that does not mean everyone has to accept it. Exactly. Go stand in line with Chili. That's how I feel about it. The Bank of Cardi is closed. I saw Cardi talking about somebody stole her credit card, her American Express card. So she got enough going on. Did Offset do it? Did Offset get a hold of his credit card and did ask somebody to, go steal it for him? He ain't crazy no more. I don't like to use the word crazy, but he ain't going to Europe on no tour, and he thinks that everybody's crazy. You just can't say stuff and then expect people to be okay with it just because you said sorry. Now you want to come over there and tour. I feel like Kanye probably closed his own door. And then he got this lady parading around butt naked. There's so many problems with Kanye. I don't think, I don't speak on behalf of the Jewish community, but I know it's a lot of people in the Black community still referring to this man as a genius, which I guess, I feel like he's a decent producer, but a genius I don't see. So, you can dog out the Black community. That's just what I was saying, T. You can dog out the Black community, no problem, but don't mess with yeah. And so, but we gonna have to stand on our own. You know what I'm saying? So they stand on their business. We need to stand on our own. But what we do is go talk about, I really miss college dropout Kanye, and go buy tickets to the, I ain't really been a Kanye fan like that anyway. I've always had a problem with him being called a genius because I think if he's a genius, he is not. Good morning, E-Troop. What'd you say? He been for this Black women canceled. I'm tired. I'm tired of standing, and I'm not going to change my stance on things, but it feels like Black women have to lead the charge for everything. So Kanye not being able to make no money don't really move me none. Guess they said, we hear you, but we do not accept your apology, Kanye. It says wireless festival canceled after Kanye West blocked from UK entry. Organizers say anti-Semitism in all forms is abhorrent. Okay. So I guess we have to figure out what else we're going to do. How, another plan for another day. Let me preface this by saying I can't stand the baby. Oh, did I lose it? Where is it at? Let me find it. I can't stand the baby. So he was somewhere. I'm trying to find the thing because I lost it at some point. He was somewhere in I guess it was a club. And he was walking through, and this guy was trying to show him a picture of his child that he drew. I think this is it. This is it. And so the baby just walked by him. Auspicious morning, beautiful. Sorry for the grammar hard type. It's okay. We I have a hard time like just coming straight out of my mouth. I can't even use autocorrect or anything as an excuse. So yeah, the baby went to this club, and this guy had painted pictures of his kids, and he didn't have the best reception from this man. So let's look at this. Here's this guy, with the pictures, and he just walks by. And so this is, I guess people were judging him like based on how they thought he was rude to this guy. The baby is on social media, Twitter, X, whatever. You still got my daughters on your page as a grown man after I made it clear I ain't comfortable with that. Steady playing for this online attention. So when God put me back in front of you, I'm going to show you how serious I am about my daughters. Best advice I can give you, get my children off your page and keep doing what you gifted at doing. Using my kids ain't the route to go if you want to go viral. That's the route to go if you want to get hurt. As a father talking, not a rapper. So that's what he posted about this guy.
My motherfucking nerves. Talking about Buddy with this painting of my two of my daughters that he presented to me outside of a nightclub or whatever. First and foremost, I'm not the type of father that I'm not into grown ass men discussing my daughters, painting pictures of my daughters, taking pictures of my kids. I don't play like that. If you play like that, to each his own. You see what I'm saying? Like, more power to you. Send that nigga a picture of your daughters, let that nigga paint them, and then show him some appreciation. Number two, I'm not accepting no painting of my daughters outside of a nightclub. Number three, you see what I'm saying? You feel a way about, the principles I stand on with my kids and how far I go to protect them. That ain't none of my concern. Be more grateful to it. Let's go. The thing too, man, because y'all starting to get on my motherfucking nerves.
I just got to the house. This the picture, dog, of the baby kids and shit. Beautiful kids. I don't know what wrong. You feel me? I'm gonna show y'all the picture, the actual photo. I just got to the house.
So you can see where he, just walked straight past this dude. Like, you know what I mean? I think you think it was a nice gesture. You think it was a gift for him. I don't know. I disagree. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because it's his kids. We're going to listen to this guy, his point of view. And, maybe you should not put your kids' pictures out. I think, as parents, we be proud of our kids on one hand, but then you don't think about the people that are out here, I just think it's strange a little bit. So here's this guy had to say about it.
I took it as a nigga just trying to embarrass me. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this nigga, you know what I'm saying? He ain't do it right or he ain't whatever. I don't know what the fuck. But I thought it was just a nigga trying to embarrass me and shit. So I'm like, shit, I ain't finna run from this shit. I'm gonna keep on, you know what I'm saying, doing what I do. Right? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you win some, you lose some. I ain't take it as a big deal, but I guess the fans just was on his ass so much, that shit, he had some backlash. And then, you know what I'm saying, I remember the shit that happened back in the day and shit. You know what I'm saying? About, they try to cancel him or whatever, but I wasn't studying you. I wasn't studying your kid. None of this shit, fool. I was just doing my job, trying to make, you know what I'm saying, trying to make a nigga feel have some hospitality when a nigga come in town type shit. Yeah,
you were feeling, man.
I took it as a nigga just trying to embarrass me.
I feel like maybe if it wasn't the kids, I feel like if it was a picture of the baby, then maybe he would have felt differently about it. And like I said, I can't stand the baby. I just don't know how I feel about this dude and, painting pictures of the kids. I don't know how I feel about it if it was one of my kids. I don't know if I would be comfortable with it. And then, like I said, you put your kids' pictures out there, and this is what they're susceptible to. You say your friend is a very good artist that paints celebrity pictures and present it to them, but he didn't. If he would have painted maybe the baby in the picture, or I don't know, he he's the baby, and he's definitely rude. And I don't think that this man had any bad intentions, but it's a lot of weird shit going on with the kids. The baby took it too far. It wasn't that serious. Probably not. I don't think he did anything though. He just walked by. He didn't say anything. It was like the backlash that he caught afterwards, because I don't know. I think the young man should maybe focus on the artist and not the children of the artist when he's creating things, because you walking out of a club, this isn't an art exhibit, and yeah, the baby is ignorant. I definitely was presented to us. We see this guy standing there with pictures of his kids, and now him talking about, if I see you, I'm getting ready, it's on site. Now that's just stupid. You're doing way too much in that, I agree with you on that. He doing way too much in that particular situation. Like, it's just, he didn't feel good about it. Good morning, High Vibe. He didn't, my job is interrupting these lives. I mean, we got to pay these bills, girls. So I appreciate you coming in. It's been a light day, so I don't want to say you didn't miss much, because our conversations over here are always enriching for me. But I wasn't even gonna come because there wasn't even a whole lot going on over here. When I'm resorting to talking about Offset and the baby, you can just about imagine what it feel like over here. But yeah, I do think him talking about, getting at the man after the fact, he's proud of his art. So you didn't appreciate it the way he thought it was. And I think, I can see both sides of it, I guess. And I can't stand the baby, but I could see where he would feel away and feel weird about seeing some pictures of his daughter that he didn't commission. So, as an artist, maybe you should focus on, the talent and not so much their children. And as public figures, y'all gonna have to keep your kids, out the public eye. put a blanket over their head or whatever, like Michael Jackson used to do. So here's some greatness that I wanted to share, because they over here doing this okey doke again, where they disqualifying young talent based on being too talented. So Tumbling D was the showstopper, but disqualified for twisting 4 times. That's wild. He saw ATL. This is the pro cheer competition, and he 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, and he was disqualified. But he nailed it, just like that ice skater who they disqualified. I don't know. I think this should be celebrated. Why are we upset with this? Why are we taking away from people's greatness? It doesn't make sense. They said I'm looking in the comments, Black excellence disqualified for being exceptional. Yeah, absolutely. And he was the showstopper when you're literally bigger than the program. These are some of the comments. This was mind-blowing. The world's first quad on a stage of cheering. But who else? Of course, history in the making. I think this young man should be celebrated because that was amazing. Tumble D. So, yeah, let's keep an eye on Tumble D, see what he got going on. Because, yeah, that's pretty darn amazing. Did they give gold medals for that? Because if they don't, they should. Whew, that's all I got today, y'all. Like I said, it was real light. It's Tuesday. We got things to do. We got High Vibes job over here interfering with what she got to do in her personal life. That sucks. You say now, if he were white, they would have changed the rules to accommodate his excellence. You're right. You're right. But we gonna celebrate him anyway because I feel like we don't need them to celebrate us in order for us to celebrate ourselves. We over here with 6-foot afros and quadruple flips down, to the cheer competition. So yeah, y'all, that's all I got for today. Um, take care of each other. I'm gonna take care of me. I'm gonna go ahead and put me at the top of my list. And by all means, if I send you this, just know I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. So yeah, y'all have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.